Bravery is the capacity to perform properly, even when scared half to death. A quote said by Omar Bradley. Imagine you're a frontline worker, working in such horrifying conditions, meeting with people who may or may not be infected, and then a few days later, where do you end up? Probably in the ICU or on the verge of death. You wouldn't want that to be you, the parents you cherish dearly, your friends or even your relatives, would you now? Well, sadly, but most importantly, thankfully, there are amazing people out there who are taking such risks to ensure that we are safe. From taking measures such as staying up all night, finding ways to cure this pandemic, to working hours and hours on their shifts till they get marks on their faces. We couldn't thank you enough. So let me tell you a story of Dr. Michael, who is an emergency physician in Calgary, Canada. So recently, he and his wife got a new baby girl. How happy, right? Well, not in this case. Since he has a very high risk of getting infected due to his workspace area, he had no choice but to move away to an empty condo rented by one of his friends. You could probably imagine how this doctor is feeling right now. Guilt and even anguish because he can't be with his newborn baby girl during her first months of her life. Dr. Michael is working endlessly, days and days in a row, finding ways to cure his patients and cure this pandemic. Truly a hero. And there are so many people like Dr. Michael who are making these sacrifices. Not only doctors, but a very underappreciated service is being a personal support worker or even a nurse. Let's take personal support workers, for example. Places like where they work are very prone to this disease, since they work in old age homes, and old people tend to be more vulnerable to this illness. This takes a lot of guts, and taking the initiative to do this job is very audacious. Even many nurses have to experience working in such disease-prone areas. Sadly, even many nurses have passed away due to this virus. Going as far as risking your life so you can save someone is a huge heroic act. So we do thank doctors, nurses, and personal support workers, but we can't forget those who also play an important role. This includes people who work in the grocery stores, scientists who are trying to find ways to cure this pandemic, retail workers, and basically all frontline workers. To help these amazing people, you should also do your job of staying at home and making sure you social distance. It's already hard for these frontline workers, and you don't want to make it even more harder for them, because after all, you might be the one to suffer in the end. Also, show your encouragement towards them by keeping yourself as healthy as possible, letting them rest, but the biggest being just follow the directions the governments and doctors have to say. If you're someone young and don't take this situation seriously, it can affect anyone, and it can affect you, and by spreading it more and more, you're just putting more healthcare workers at risk. So at times like this, we truly understand the importance of these essential workers, and how we should never ever take them for granted. Not all heroes wear a cape, and I give my kudos to these unsung heroes. Thank you.